Hey guys, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, and guess what? Alright, so, alright, so, even though I checked the website, turns out that the website was wrong. Killers of a Certain Age was not available for me to get from Barnes & Noble because some people bought all the copies. So I'm actually going to I'm going to see if Kobo has it, and I'm going to read it on my Kobo, or if it's on Kindle Unlimited, I'll read it on my Kindle. But other than that, I got my everything else. So I got the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the 1818 text. The only thing I don't like about this cover is this right here. What the heck? What the heck? Oh man. And it is in tiny, tiny text. So I'll definitely be using I definitely will be wearing my glasses for that. But this is a Penguin classic, and I want to say, I've seen this book like so many times and growing up, and I never read the book. And I have watched the movie. I've watched a couple adaptations of this book, and I will tell you that this is essentially, it is a monster. It's a horror book. It's a gothic horror book, and it's about this man called Dr. Frankenstein, who creates basically his creation. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this, and yeah, so excited about that. And then I picked up Terry Pratchett's Mort. This is the fourth book that Terry Pratchett wrote. Now, the thing about Terry Pratchett's Discworld books, you don't have to read them in order that they were published. You can actually read them in different variations. But I'm reading them in publication order and everything. Now, I will tell you that I thought that Sorcery was the fourth book. It actually is the fifth book. So I could have easily jumped to Weird Sisters without having to get Mort. But I got Mort. I really wanted to get these books in the new cover because they're absolutely visually stunning, and I love that. So I will be reading this book starting today. And then the last one that I got is A New Lease on Death by Olivia Blackie. This is a Ruby and Cordelia mystery. So it says here, Ruby Young's new Boston apartment comes with all the usual perks: windows facing the brick wall of the next door building, heat that barely works, a malfunctioning buzzard, noisy neighbors, a dead body on the sidewalk outside, and of course a ghost. Since Cornelia Graves died in her apartment a few months ago, she's kept up her residency despite being bored out of her non-intelligible skull and frustrated by her new roommate. When her across-the-hall neighbor, Jake, can't pronounce it, is shot and killed in an apparent mugging gone wrong outside the building, Cordelia is convinced there is more to it and determined to bring his killer to justice. Unfortunately, Cordelia, being dead herself, can't solve the mystery alone. She has to enlist the help of her obnoxious, perky, live-in tenant of her apartment. Ruby is 20, annoying, and has never met a houseplant she couldn't kill, but she also can do everything Cordelia can't. From interviewing suspect to researching Jake on the library computers that go up in smoke if Cordelia gets too close. As the roommates form an unlikely friendship and get closer to the truth about Jake's death, they also start to uncover other dangerous secrets. Okay, so apparently this is the first book. I saw this cover on Doordash, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this book. And it's not a thin book. Oh man. So, alright. So overall, what is my, so these are my books. Okay. So overall, what is my impression of the actual service? Well, I love it. I really do love it. I really wish I could have gotten the fourth book that I ordered. But as I said, he showed me a picture of the spot where the book was supposed to be, and it wasn't there. So maybe somebody bought it earlier today and they just hadn't had time to update their computer system. I don't really know. I will say, if I really like this book here, I'm going to get the next one, which will probably be like next month or maybe 2 months from now. I'm already eyeing book number 7 and 8. But I have to call them up. I'm going to call them up. I already know which one they went to. I mentioned before, they went to Ritzyville. So I got to call them up and make sure that the next 2 books in order that Terry Pratchett published are available. And if they do tell me it's there, I will go ahead and order them, and hopefully nobody will come around and get them. But I will tell you, when the driver arrived there, it gave me like a step-by-step of okay. It gave me a step-by-step, like, you know, he's like acquired this item and this item and this item, because apparently you have to scan the barcode and it automatically informs the person who's receiving the item that it has been basically picked up. So yeah, so I am really happy with it, you know, and I'm not upset that killers of a certain age or murderers of a certain age wasn't there. I'm not upset with it. As I said, I'll see if it's on Kindle Unlimited or on Kobo Plus, and I'll just read it from there. But yeah, I know some people would probably get upset, like, oh, you know, why isn't the book there? Hey, look, they have no control over it. You know, people walk in, they see the book, they pick it up, all that type of stuff. So, as I said, not upset at all. And yeah, but as I said, if I do like the first book, I will call them up and say, hey, do you happen to have the second book? And I will give the title of it, and they will check it out. And if they happen to have it, then I'll say, okay, then I'll just order it and have it delivered. But overall, I'm impressed with it. I'm very happy that somebody at least went out there and picked it up. And they deserve the tip. So anyways, that is my video, and I will see you guys next time.